to talk about the instructor's creed, and it goes like this. I will teach this class because it's the most important class I'll ever teach. I'm patient and enthusiastic. I lead by example. And they kind of explain kind of how it evolved. So how many guys are teaching more than like 10 classes a week? Right? Man, how about more than 20? Anybody more than 20 classes a week? That's rough, man. I remember weeks, and actually years, where I was teaching every class that we did, right? And sometimes upwards to 40 classes in a week. Some of you guys have done that. And you know, Thursday rolls around, your voice is shot, right? Not only does one little kid named Justin show up, that wild kid, but his 2 friends show up, right? And your assistant instructor isn't there. You all have that day. You're a little dehydrated, right? And your voice is gone. Well, so I'd have that situation where, man, I kind of pump myself up. Man, I'll teach this class well. I got to really do it well. Over time, the instructor's creed evolved, okay? And I will teach this class because it's the most important class I'll ever teach. What that means is every time you step out on the mat, you're only as good as your last class. Your effort is to be there and do the best job possible. Now, the reality is some classes are better than others. How many guys have ever walked off the mat after class thinking, hey, I'm pretty good? You guys ever walk off the mat thinking that? How many guys ever walked off the mat thinking, what the heck happened tonight? Right? More than once. But your intention is every time you step on the floor is to teach the best class you possibly can. Okay? Oozing from every pore of your being is, this is where I want to be and this is what I want to be doing. Okay? So that's the first sentence. So loud and proud one time. Instructor's creed, first sentence only is, all right, the second sentence, I'm patient and enthusiastic. Say it one time.
I'm patient and enthusiastic.
So I think that's the main 2 qualities any martial arts instructor can have, is being patient with their students and being enthusiastic. Now, have I ever been impatient with a student? More times than I care to mention, lots of times. But you know what? It's never been the student, or rarely. It's always I'm thinking about something else, right? The assistant instructor just called up 5 minutes before class, say he can't make it in. It's the 3rd time in the last month that's happened. You know, right? And I'm irritated, and you know, I go out there, and you step back and rolling, other leg! You know, I snap at her because of something else. Am I the only one that's done that? Raise your hand if you've done it. If you don't raise your hand, you lie about other stuff too. You guys have done it. All right, right. The second one is enthusiasm. You're right. How many guys have ever really not, honestly, tell the truth, not really felt like a teaching class, but you knew you had to, right? How many guys have just kind of faked it for the first few minutes? Where are you usually? Pretty soon you're there, right? Enthusiasm isn't caught, it's taught. And it just takes a while to kind of kickstart, right? And the last sentence is, I lead by example. Basically what that means is to really try to be the person that your students think you are, okay? So that's the concept of that. The instructor's creed is really powerful. I can't tell you how often I still to this day use it. And you don't need it for your best class, your advanced class when you have 20 kids. You guess what I'm saying? You don't need it for that. You need it for all those other ones. You need it for that Thursday evening class, last class of the night. You've got 2 people that showed up. There's supposed to be a lot more, and you've got a middle-aged lady and a teenage boy with stinky feet, and you're doing grappling techniques. This is such an invasive.